Happy astrological new year. Happy Ostara. Happy uh, expression of spring equinox. I'm so excited that we are today, Thursday, um, March 20th. We are entering this incredible new like fresh air. And let's talk about spring equinox and I'll share a little bit of a message for you through tarot and the Spirit of Psilocybin Oracle deck. I will be sharing a collective reading for everyone with this new energy, this new opportunity that we have here. Let's just try to feel into that energy together. So, if you want to kind of feel into this new opportunity, new energy, then you want to stick around so that you can receive a message here. Cura, 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 corazón. Cura, cura, cura. Namaste, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And this morning on Thursday, March 20th, we are entering into the sun. The sun is entering into Aries. It's officially in Aries, which it marks a new year for our astrology, right? And so I just kind of wanted to share with you that today it's a really beautiful, interesting connection between the fact that it's the beginning of the astrology new year, right? But then there's also this opportunity of expansion that is being infused with the fact that today is Thursday, and today is the day of Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about expansion, is all about prosperity, is all about abundance. And then the fact that we have the spring equinox today is just like such a perfect time for us to kind of just connect with that energy and just feel into that beautiful, beautiful energy, right? So, with this new astrological new year, alongside with Ostara or spring equinox, and the fact that today is Jupiter day, I feel this is a great day for you to really connect to your sense of abundance, your sense of just ability to create from nothing, right? There's this energy of fertility that is present for us here. So I will be sharing a reading for the collective, and it will be one reading, one lumped reading for everyone, and then yeah, and then hopefully this supports you today. So I want to invite you, if this is your first time here, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. I'm so grateful for those of you who have already subscribed, so thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you hit that bell button so that you know when I go live next. And if you haven't done so, please do subscribe. If you enjoy these videos and these lives that I'm doing in the morning, I want to invite you to share and like this video. Sharing is caring. It also lets Facebook and YouTube know that you like what you see and that you want others to be part of this experience. And the only way that we can let the algorithm know this is by engaging, by liking, commenting, and sharing the video. So make sure that you do so. That will be very helpful. And I'm so, so grateful if you get to do that. I also wanted to mention that I do have a sister channel that I would love for you to be part of. As you can see down here, if you are watching this or if you're just listening to this on the podcast, you will look for it on YouTube. It's called the Akashic Records channel. Since it's a new channel, you want to make sure that you look it up with the @ sign, because that would be the handle for it. So you want to make sure that you do at the Akashic Records channel. You enter that and you'll be able to find it and then be able to receive some free clearings there. We have free meditation music. We have a lot of stuff going on there. And if you are interested in supporting that channel and supporting and keeping the lights on, specifically because we do need to pay for different things such as the musician, as well as all of the systems that we need to use and applications for creating those videos. If you want to support that, then make sure that you click on the link either below or above where there is a membership program that we're offering for $9.99 per month, and you can have access to the videos that we post first. So you have exclusive access to the videos before we post them on YouTube. And then not only that, you will have access to the videos and the audios ad free, which is really great. So, and not only that, you will become officially a patron for the channel. So please do consider signing up for that. That would be so helpful, and we will be so grateful to have that. All right. And also, if you didn't know, I also offer clearings and readings and shamanic support for those who are looking for going deeper into their healing journey. So if you want to receive a clearing, or even just do a shamanic session with me, or just a reading, just receive a reading, you can go over to the bloominglotushealing.com and sign up for a service there. Now, I wanted to also mention that I do have an Instagram. It's the same name of this channel, at the Blooming Lotus Healing, at the Blooming Lotus Healing. If you want to follow me there, I'm also trying to put some stuff there just to kind of connect with y'all there. So feel free to go there and support in that, if you have Instagram and want to continue connecting with me there. Also, I am giving away a free Akashic Record clearing for anyone that watches this video. So all you have to do is watch this video to the entire video, which you're going to be receiving a reading here, a collective reading. Not only are you going to receive a collective reading here, but then when you sign up for my email list, you just go to my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and you come back to this video and you comment Venus retrograde clearing, Venus retrograde clearing, you will receive a clearing by entering into a raffle. So I will be announcing the winner on March 28th. So feel free to sign up for that. I am giving away that free clearing. It's going to be a one-on-one session with me. If you've never received a clearing with me before using spiritual response therapy, then you definitely want to check that out and sign up for my email list. And then the benefit of being on my email list is that you get to find out other things that I announce there that I do not announce here on the channel. So if you want to keep up with what I'm doing and all the different offerings and classes and mediumship circles and all of these different things and activities that I have going on, and you want to participate on, then you definitely want to make sure that you're part of my email list. And the only way that you can sign up for that is by going to my website, thebloominglotushealing.com. You find the email list, or you can also go onto the link that I have here in the description, whether it is above or below, and then you can sign up there. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share here. So grateful that we get to be here together. So like I was mentioning earlier, we have this beautiful opportunity, right, to connect to this energy of prosperity, this energy of, here you go, baby. This energy of prosperity, right? We have this energy of expansion that Jupiter is about. And I just was, just kind of like thinking about that this morning. I was like, wow, as I was in my meditation this morning, I was like, wow, we are in this new year. We are officially with the sun in Aries. We are on the longest day of the year, and it's happening on a Thursday. How beautiful is that? How beautiful it is that we are connecting to this incredible, expansive energy of Jupiter, and at the same time connecting with this energy of spring equinox, this energy of fertility, this energy of celebration, of being able to connect with this opportunity of creation in our lives. And so why not, if you haven't necessarily been focusing on manifesting in any way, or maybe focusing on connecting to that, why not do that today? I know that there's been a lot of wonky energy around with Mercury retrograde and Venus in retrograde. And of course, this is a really great time for you to just kind of like sit and reflect on where you want to be. Maybe you haven't done that yet. Maybe you did it, but then now you've changed your mind. This is a really beautiful day to do so, to kind of think about how can you move into a place of expansion. Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself expanding into, right? And so as we open this container, I'm going to call upon the ancestors of the land, offering them this beautiful sage. And I'm going to offer you the sage. I've been offering the sage to clear the space. And this is an opportunity to remind you to clear your own space. We are officially, right, in the energy of spring. So now what can you do to do spring cleaning in your home? right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to offer this to the ancestors of the land. Thank you, ancestors of the land, for your presence. We ask for permission and we offer you this as a loving expression of our understanding that you are here with us and that you're giving us your presence at all times, even if we're not aware of it or not. If we are aware of it or not. Thank you. And I'm going to offer this to you, this beautiful sage, to clear the space, clear the energies, calling in Archangel Michael to shield and protect the space, calling in this beautiful energy of new, of opportunity, of openness, of a blank slate, calling in that energy, calling in Archangel Raphael to heal any aspects of ourselves that are keeping us stuck in the past, that are keeping us from seeing the possibilities, for seeing ourselves in a future that is prosperous and abundant. Clearing away any aspects of ourselves that are keeping us stuck in old ways that are no longer serving us. Thank you, Spirit. As we open the sacred container, I also call upon Archangel Metatron to help us connect to our intuitive guidance, to help us connect to our Akashic Records, to help us connect to our higher self. Calling in our higher selves to open up to receive the messages and the guidance that we need for today. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. We open up to this beautiful, loving expression, and we give ourselves permission to reflect on what is it that we want to see. What is abundance for us? What does that mean to us? I want to invite you to really reflect on that. What does abundance mean to you? How does abundance feel in your body, right? How can you bring more of that feeling of abundance into your life today? Right? How can you give yourself permission to see the abundance that you already have in your life? That's what I want to invite you to do today. I want to invite you to think about how can you see the abundance that you have in your life. I want to challenge you to see that. You may be feeling a little down right now. You may because you're reflecting on things from the past. But this is a good day to balance things out. Doesn't have to always be doom and gloom, right? We can always look forward. We don't always have to look back. And we can always look back and look present and look into the future and give ourselves that perspective change so that we can really be in that beautiful energy of acceptance of what is and then also that expansive energy. And so, again, how can you bring more expansion into your life? How can you see yourself from a place of confidence today? Okay. How can you bring more adventure into your life today? Right? That's the energy of Jupiter, right? How can you bring or understand where your values lie at this time? How can you realign yourself with your values, with the values that matter to you, that you know that matter to you and that light you up, right? How can you bring the opportunity to see yourself from a place of growth? From a place, instead of seeing the opportunities that have come up for you, instead of seeing them from a place of, oh, this is hard, oh, I'm growing, right? Shifting the perspective, I feel, is so important for us. And listen, I'm speaking from experience. I struggle with that too. So I'm not saying that oh my gosh, that I have all figured it out, and and I'm just inviting the conversation, right? Let's have this conversation. I want to invite you to tell me in the comments, how what does expansion mean for you? What does abundance mean for you? What does that mean for you in your own life? Let me know in the comments. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and talk about the messages for today. So, I'm going to pull some cards from the Spirit of Psilocybin for messages for us, for the collective today. Okay? And we're going to figure out a way to get a message that is helpful for everyone today. Okay, so I'm going to set that intention right now. Thank you, Spirit, for this opportunity. We call upon Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, calling in higher self, the higher self of the collective, calling in Spirit. What is for the highest good and the highest good of all? What are the messages that we need to know for the collective today on a Thursday, on a day of expansion, on a day of Jupiter? What is the messages that we have for this beautiful astrological new year? What are the messages that we have here? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. What would you like to say here? Dear Spirit of Tarot, what messages do you have here? For the collective, thank you. All right, so we have Grandfather Air coming through alongside with a card of the Knight of Wands. We have this beautiful air and fire energy, almost like stoking the fire, right? But air is all about the mind and also about communication, our throat chakra, right? And so what we're looking at here is how can you bring more courage in your life when it comes down to expressing yourself, to saying your truth to your soul. This is the time for you to move into a place of finally opening your throat, okay? Or even going deeper into your work with your throat chakra. Maybe you have found yourself in a place at this time where you are in need to say something that you really want to say to someone, or maybe just speak your truth about a certain situation and you haven't found a way to say it. Dear soul, I want to invite you to connect to that energy of courage, right? The Knight of Wands is bringing in this courageous energy, this really beautiful embodiment of just expression of yourself, of your truth in that without any fear, right? How can you bring, right, this beautiful opportunity to bring your spirit free, to break it free from any aspect of yourself, right, that is holding it back from being in its true expression, right? So when I think about that, I'm also thinking about the solar plexus, right? Like that true expression, right? How can you bring a little bit more of that energy for yourself? And on the other side, how can you balance, right, any aspect of yourself that potentially is too reactive, right? On the other side, how can we bring reactivity back into balance? How can we bring reactivity into a place of response, right? This is the opportunity for us as a collective to do so. This is the calling of spirit to the collective. How can we bring a little bit more response, grounded response, but at the same time, courageous response, right? We don't want to hold back. We don't want to hold back what we want to say, but we still want to share, but from a place of grounding, right? This is the opportunity for you. And you can see this in your own life, right? This is something that you want to reflect upon in your own experience right now, okay? We also have the card of the cosmic child alongside with the Knight of Pentacles. So we have the Knight energy today. And then we have this beautiful earth energy, right? And I feel that this cosmic child card alongside with the Knight of Pentacles is really bringing it's sort of like bringing this expression, right? When we talk about the cosmic child, it feels very etheric. It feels like, oh, it's all in the mind. It's not like we imagine ourselves to be this expression of creativity. But guess what, dear soul? This is a time for you. This is the calling for you to start taking those aligned actions to then be in that expression of the cosmic child. You're meant to be in that beautiful expression of the cosmic child at this time. And even though the word cosmic child feels so etheric at this moment, it's a matter, the calling here from the Knight of Pentacles is to ground this energy, to take those actions that are practical, right? Those actions that make sense to you in your world, in your reality, right? That makes sense here in the 3D, to be in that expression, to be in that embodiment of the cosmic child, right? So how can you bring a little bit of that energy into your being? Now, another thing that you can also realize here is that you may feel a little bit desperate on in regards to how you show up in the world, and seeing yourself not seeing yourself in that expression yet and feeling like you haven't done enough. Dear soul, as long as you're taking aligned action, you are already in that embodiment. So I want to invite you to really think about that, dear soul. Okay, don't feel that just because you are not exactly what you envisioned at that very moment when you thought about, oh, I'm going to create this in my life and I have this ability of creation and I'm going to do this. Just because you're not at the final step, it doesn't mean that you're not already in the embodiment. As long as you're taking action, whether it is a big action or a small action, you are in embodiment, dear soul. So I want to invite you to really think about that. This is the message from Spirit for the collective. So think about, how is this showing up in your own life? How are you impatient with yourself? Where are you practicing impatience for yourself at this moment? And how can you bring more patience and more understanding that everything is in the divine timing for yourself, right? How can you bring a little bit more of that commitment, right? Like maybe you have been feeling a little unwavering at this time with your own projects, your own expression, right? And this is a time for you to really focus more on committing yourself into what you're meant to be doing, right? And so how can you bring that commitment into your life? And you, again, you don't have to have all figured out at this very moment. Every single action, like I mentioned, that you take is an aligned action. So how can you bring yourself into changing that perspective and being grateful and happy at the fact that you are exactly where you need to be at this moment, right? How can you bring a little bit of that energy into your life? Now, alongside with these cards, the Cosmic Child and the Knight of Pentacles, we have the card of Spirit Animals. The card of Spirit Animals is here alongside with the card of Four of Wands. And so the message for the collective here is, how can you bring more community? How can you connect with your allies, those who really feel like they're supporting your journey, right? Maybe you haven't been leaning into community as much as you could. What is holding you back at this moment? What is holding you back from being in community? Right? And sometimes we just think, life gets in the way, and that's completely understandable, dear soul. But this is a time for you to really go out and celebrate. We are in this beautiful spring equinox now. This is a time to go out and connect. The sun is shining, the flowers are blooming. There's this beautiful, colorful energy in the air. This is a time for you to go out and connect with your community so that you can get activated in the ways that you're meant to be activated. Your community is there to activate you in other ways that you may not be able to in your own way, right? Sometimes we need those interactions with other people so that we can feel lit up, right? And community doesn't mean that you have to go out and just go into a party. Maybe you're not someone that wants to go into a party or a community circle, but how can you lean into those who maybe having one-on-one conversations with people? That is also leaning to community, right? So we don't necessarily have to feel overwhelmed. Maybe you don't feel comfortable going into big community circles. That's okay. Go ahead and lean into your community in the way that feels comfortable for you, right? How does that look like for you? Right? Like, just for example, I'll give you my own example. Recently, I just leaned into my community by connecting with people via Zoom, people that I haven't met, that I haven't connect with for a while. And guess what? In those interactions, then we're activating each other in the conversations. What can you talk about? Talk about the things that light you up. Talk about the things that you're creating. Talk about the things that matter to you. Right? Make these conversations in a way, conversations that activate you guys, right? When we step into the gossipy energy and all that, that kind of brings it takes away that the energy from our being. But when we talk about the things that light us up in our with our friends and those that are part of our community, then we get so lit up. When we get to listen to someone's creative journey, then we get lit up, we get activated, and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm inspired. Let me go ahead. How can I bring that energy into my life? Right? Or how can we collaborate? Right? That's another way that you can bring community, right? How can we dream weave together? How can we connect with each other and create something together? Right? That's part of community too. So I want to invite you to really think about at this moment, especially with this beautiful new year, we're this new energy with the sun officially entering into Aries. We have not only happening today on a Thursday. I mean, I cannot explain to you enough. This is a powerful day. Today is a day for connecting with your manifesting self, right? Maybe it's not the best time for you to take an action because we're still with Mercury retrograde. But let me tell you, the energy is very creative today. It's opportunistic. We got that Jupiter energy expanding. We have that beautiful energy of the spring equinox. We have that beautiful energy of Aries coming in, that very fiery energy, and then we have the sun there. Shining that energy. That energy is present for us. So how can we bring some of that energy into our imagination? How can we think about where we want to be? And think about it this way: maybe you haven't taken the time, like I mentioned earlier, to see where you want to be. Maybe you haven't been feeling that way because you've been in that energy of winter, right? The energy of winter has been just kind of like, I just needed rest. And that's okay. If you've been in that energy, I just want to invite you to see yourself as someone who's aligned with nature. Okay. If you haven't taken any action yet and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, everyone is taking action and I haven't, trust me when I tell you, you are so aligned. You're so aligned with nature. It's not even funny. Okay. So if you're feeling a little bit of like fire right now, like, oh, I'm feeling inspired right now to take some action, you're aligned with nature. That's what we're meant to be. Don't let the capitalistic mentality of like go, 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 never stop take away from the fact that you intuitively have been guided to take your time off. Okay. So, again, happy new year. This is a happy new year for us because this is officially the new year. Truly, if we really think about the new year and what it represents for us in nature, if you look around, is starting to light up. Now nature is celebrating. Now nature is coming alive. This is a time for you to come alive, right? And again, I am so excited about today. I feel like today is a really great day for you to journal, for you to, maybe if you haven't had the chance to do a vision board, this is a great day to do that. Just to kind of reflect on where you want to be, reflect on what are the actions you want to take for the next year. Think about what are the collaborations you want to bring into your life. What are the communities you want to step into that you haven't stepped into before? Think about, what actions can you take that make you feel like a creative person. And again, creativity doesn't mean that you have to go out and paint. Dear soul, your creative soul. The fact that we can have children, the fact that we can create that we can create an opportunity, make a podcast, or write a book, or cook a meal. All of that is creative. Literally, even just like moving your couch over to the right side versus the left because you're just feeling like you just want to change things around. That is creative, your soul. So I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not creative. Do not ever say that. All of us are creative in our own unique expression. Okay. So please do give yourself permission to do that. I see some messages here coming through. Yes. Hi, Nawi. Welcome. Hi, Nicole. Yes, yes, definitely. Do that today. So excited for all of you for being here. Thank you for being present. So this is the message for the collective today, right? I want to invite you to really think about what is happening right today. Today is a perfect day. Again, like I mentioned, day of expansion, day of prosperity. How can you feel more abundant? How can you feel more excited? Feel into that fire energy. Maybe go out and dance, connect with the fire. Maybe you can wear some red lipstick if you're a woman. Wear some red if you're a man. Wear a red shirt, right? Connect with that energy of fire and connect with that energy of expansion and connect with that energy of excitement. This is the day to do so. Okay. Whatever little thing that you do today to connect with that energy is going to move some energy around for you and is going to ignite that fire for you. Remember that we still are again in Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, so we don't want to sign any contracts or anything like that right now. This is not the time, but you can still do certain things that will help you catapult you once Mercury and Venus in retrograde are done. Oh my gosh, especially with Mercury retrograde, once that's done, then oh my gosh, just like the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. That's all I can say. And you're wearing red. I love it. I love it. Yes, I love it. Nawaji, I love it. That's so beautiful. So welcome, welcome for I'm so grateful that y'all are here. I'm so grateful that y'all are connecting and absolutely, Nicole, I'm so grateful that you're here connecting. So I'm just gonna share here. For those of you who are watching, you get to see some of the messages that people are sharing here. But for those who are watching, who are listening on the podcast, now Nawaji is saying that she's wearing red, and she's saying that this sounds like something that she can do today. There was a snowstorm last night, so definitely connect with some fire energy. Well, would be great. And then Nicole is saying, thank you for saying this. Yes, so that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy, your beautiful fire. And yeah, so celebrate today. That's the message that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you didn't watch the entire conversation that I was having here and you came in a little later, you can come back into the replay and watch. But before I go, I wanted to mention that if you wanted to work with me in the future, if you need a reading or if you want to do an Akashic record clearing using spiritual response therapy or the beloved method, I do also clearings between souls whenever you're having maybe a situation, especially now with Venus in retrograde, relationships can get a little sticky. You can go ahead and go to thebloominglotushealing.com and book a session there. I also want to invite you to share and like this video if you feel like this brought some joy to you. Go ahead and share and like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. If you have, thank you for being part of the fam. And if you haven't, welcome to the fam. Make sure that you hit that notification button so that you know when I go live next. And I am giving away a free Akashic record clearing for all who watch this video if you watch it fully, and then you go over to my website thebloominglotushealing.com or click on the link below or above if you're on Facebook to sign up for my email list. And once you sign up to my email list, you come back to this video and you're going to go ahead and type Venus retrograde, Venus in retrograde clearing, Venus in retrograde clearing, and then you will be entered into the raffle. And I will be announcing the winner on March 28th. So make sure that you sign up for that. And then only through my email list is how people find out about my mediumship circles, how they find out about the classes that I have going on. That's where I announce all that stuff. So please do sign up for my email list because you'll be able to find out more of the activities that I have available for you so that you can participate on those. Okay. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you. And namaste.